I know I've been talking a lot. Oh my goodness. Where did all the time go? I haven't even got to the chat. I'm going to open the chat box. I'm going to open it. Feel free to share anything, ask questions. I will. Oh, I hear a door opening before we go to the chat box. Hello, darlings. I think we have our special guests have arrived. Hello? Hello, darlings. I'm just going to turn the camera. I didn't know if you were going to come or not. Hello, everybody. Hello, world. This is Alice. This is my lovely Alice, and this is our lovely Bambino.
I realised we're all wearing blue.
We're all wearing blue.
Accidentally. Hello, everyone. Just thank you so much for all the beautiful love and comments and everything that people have been sending. It's been glorious to tell this beauty that she's welcome in the world. So just wanted to say thank you.
Darling. I've gone speechless.
Oh, look, there's a nice comment.
Oh, we've got lots of lovely comments. Oh, our cat is. We have a blind cat, and she's turned up as well. She's up there. Gwendolyn, do you? Oh, I've just gave her name away. Oops.
Okay.
Oops. Do you have anything to say, darling?
She did
about spirituality and presence and.
Oh well, the birth was quite a thing.
Yeah. Do you want to say a few words about presence and the birth and?
Well, there's a lot to say, but there was a moment. Well, not just one, but when I had I can't do this, it's too much. And I realized that there was this myself complaining about the pain and the experience and just wanting to run away from it. And then I saw that part of me, the complaining, like can't do it, running away. And then it was like when I could see it and just meet it, then it just kind of dissolved. And then like another part of me came up that was more like the mother self, which was like, okay, we're doing this, it's happening. And it was like a dropping in. But I had to notice that part that was
the part that wanted to run away.
Wanted to run away.
Yeah. It's like you became aware of the part of you that it was too much. It was, I can't do this. This is bad. This is wrong, failure, or whatever. And then in being aware of that, you could step into, as Rilke says, you could, oh, like we're introducing her to wonderful, wonderful poetry. What does he say? Let everything happen to you, beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final.
Yeah, you say about leaning into it, which is good, but sometimes I feel like it's more like tumbling over it.
Yeah.
And then you like tumble over it and land in this place and you go, oh, that's where I need to be. That's my experience anyway.
Yeah. Thank you, darling.
Okay, that's my
she's my spiritual teacher. We've got two spiritual teachers here, two gurus. Oh, we got so many lovely comments. Oh, Alice was just incredible, really, with the birth and so courageous. And
so are you, darling.
Wow. Okay. I try. All right. Thank you, darlings.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for all your love. Yeah. Wow. And the cat's here. What a life. Oh my goodness. Are you all still there? Let me just turn the camera back. Oh, the cat. Okay, so now the cat is the cat is trying to get out. The cat's been locked in. Wow, such beauty, such life. Oh my goodness. Let me just say quickly, let me say a few words about my membership, and then I'll get to the questions and comments. Just quickly, I know some of you may know this, some of you may not. I run a weekly live online membership thing where basically you have sessions just like this with me 3 times a month. And yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say, really. If you're interested, you can go to jefffosteronline.com. Yeah, we have lots of lovely people all over the world who are members. We have a lovely community. Every month we have a different theme, and I think in May. May is starting. So we'll be starting in a week's time. In May, the subject is the roots of addiction, embracing our deep spiritual longing for home. We've kind of touched on that in this webinar, actually. And in June, our topic is being a mindful warrior, facing loss, grief, failure, and the unknown with courage and compassion. Anyway, I won't say too much more about that. But yeah, if you're interested, jefffosteronline.com. I think we start on Tuesday. So if you want to become a member, you have to become a member before Tuesday, because then we're going to close our doors so we can have a nice, safe group, as kind of a sealed off group. So jefffosteronline.com. And I think my assistant Malia is going to post the link in the chat as well. Okay. Oh, thank you, Malia. You did that. Okay. Let me. Oh, so many comments about the baby. I can't believe you. Oh my goodness. I can't believe they came. It's so wonderful. Especially for me as well, you know, after everything I went through with the Lyme disease a couple of years ago. Really, for me, just to be alive is such a miracle. You know, 2 years ago, I never expected in a million years that I'd be able to teach again, that I'd ever. Oh, I just, you know, I mean, talk about, actually on this topic, you know, talk about failure. I mean, there's so much more I could say, but let me just say this. Let me just say this one thing. We never, just keep going. I mean, I think Rilke said it all. Just keep going. We never know. We just never know what's on the other side. You know, we never know what's on the other side. We never do. I mean, for me, it was looking so dark. And, you know, I was so sick. I couldn't teach anymore. I could barely get out of bed most days. And I didn't know if that would ever change. I had no way of knowing. It was a total tumbling, as Alice talked about, really, into the unknown. So I'm just so incredibly beyond words grateful to still be here and to be able to, I can teach again, that I can talk to you guys, and then this wonderful miracle that's happened, you know, and none of it was expected. I mean, it's, we never know. We never know. That's the truth. We never know. And that's why the invitation is to just keep going, because we never know. Because we never know. No feeling is final. And failure, that's what I really wanted to say. Failure is a feeling, not a fact. Failure is a feeling, not a fact. It may be a fact in other people's eyes. It may be a fact in the eyes of the world, but I'm talking about your internal experience. Failure is a thought. Failure is a feeling, and no feeling is final. And if we can learn to lean in, as Alice was talking about, or as she said, not even lean in sometimes, like tumble in, you know, sometimes we have no choice. We have no choice, but life just tumbles us into our experience, into the fire, into the discomfort, into the pain. And then on the other side, in the last place we would ever think to look, the last place we would ever expect it, such creativity can come out of that, such beauty, such connection. You know, so many, you know, think of all of the beautiful, exquisite music and art and dance and poetry. I mean, Rilke himself, he's suffered a lot in his life, have come out of that other side. You know, we lose the ground of our lives. You know, there is a shattering, there is a crisis, something that we cherish has been lost. Life didn't go according to plan. A dream has shattered. And we have to learn to grieve that dream, to let go of the dream. And there can be, of course, there's a part of us that wants to run backwards. We want to rewind. We want to get back to the old ground, or we want to rush forward to find new ground. The ground, it's like the ground of my life has fallen away. There's no ground anymore. It's groundless. I want to quick. I want to rush back to old ground, or I want to fast forward to find new ground. The invitation is, and this takes lots of courage, is to slow down and lean into the groundlessness, lean into the fire, lean into the night, the shadow. Actually, our cat is called Shadow. She's just sitting there. Our cat is called Shadow. But if we can stay present, if we can stay present in the midst of crisis and breathe into our experience and soften and open, and it's not easy. If we can open and open and open, this is what begins to fertilize. We begin to fertilize new ground. fertilized with our presence, with our breath, with our tears, with our softening, with our opening. And from that fertile new ground, you know, a new life can grow. New opportunities, new decisions, new insights, a new path. Sometimes the old path has to crumble, the old dream has to crumble. And in those moments, we can feel like a failure, and we can spin off into stories of failure, as we've talked about. But maybe, just maybe, at some point we begin to trust again that old life, that old path, that old ground, those old dreams had to shatter. Maybe the shattering was part of it. And there is a new ground being fertilized, new earth, you know, new life, death and rebirth, new life. But it's not easy to trust the process, and we can get so lost along the way. And that's why, you know, support like this, support is so important. Sometimes we can't remember this trust ourselves, and it takes other people to remind us, hey, I know what you're going through is really painful, really uncomfortable, really scary. I know the old ground has fallen away. But I actually forgot. That's probably a good thing when I forget what I was going to say. It's probably a good thing, forgetting what you're going to say. The point is I don't have any answers, but just sometimes we need to be reminded, and that's what community is here for. And that's what my membership is there for. And, you know, we have friends, partners, therapists, people who care about us. People who can hold us when we feel that we can't hold ourselves, when people who can remind us that, you know, yes, the old ground has fallen away, but there is still ground here. There is still ground. And that this ground may feel unfamiliar at first. You know, I want the old ground. I want the old life back, or I want to rush to a new life. But there is life in the present moment. Even if the present moment is uncomfortable and hot and sticky and raw, there is life here. If you can take one thing away from this talk today, it's that there is life here where you are, in what you're going through, even if it's uncomfortable. There is life in it. And there may even be gold in it. There may be beauty on the other side of it. But to find the beauty, sometimes, again, I keep on going back to Rilke, let everything happen to you, beauty and terror, just keep going. No feeling is final. Give me your hand.